those of you who will be familiar with the popular game that we play with our children on car journeys called Spotto, or Spot the Yellow Car, will easily recall that while playing the game, there seems to be quite a lot of yellow cars around us. You will also be aware that when you're not playing the game, you typically don't notice very many yellow cars, if any. That is, of course, unless you drive a yellow car and have an interest in them. It's interesting to reflect on what is going on here. It seems like we're more likely to see the things that we're thinking about at any particular time and not notice those things that we're not thinking about, like yellow cars when we're driving from one place to another. So if we consider that we're more likely to pay attention to aspects of our experience that are consistent with our thoughts, and less likely to pay attention to things that are not, the following activity that I routinely use when I'm delivering training as part of the care curriculum is worth considering. So what I want you to do is have a look at the image that I will put up on the screen in a moment. And I want you to pay attention to the first thing that you notice about it. When I put this image up, when I'm delivering to audiences about the care curriculum, almost invariably, unless they have a strong aversion to maths equations, what audience members report is that the first thing that they notice was that one of the maths equations is wrong, the one in the bottom left corner. No one has ever said to me, Colby, you're a genius. 9 of those are right and only one is wrong. Rather, I'm typically told that I've made a mistake. So this is something that is worth some consideration. We tend to notice aspects of our experience that are consistent with our thoughts, and unless told to do otherwise, our thoughts naturally seem to go to problems to solve. Indeed, I would say that we're natural problem solvers. And this has actually had survival value for the human species through the ages. We've become very good problem solvers, very good at adapting to the challenges in our environment. But this presents a problem when caring for children and young people who are recovering from a tough start to life and who typically present with some complex and challenging behaviours. Our natural inclination is to focus overly on those complex and challenging behaviours and overlook more reassuring behaviours from them. Indeed, in time, we can feel overwhelmed by the task of caring for these children because we just simply can't see or notice the positive changes that have occurred as part of our caregiving of them. We can end up feeling deflated and defeated, which is not good for us, and nor is it good for the children in our care. For children tend to see themselves as they experience others to see them. So if we see them as troubled, if we see them as complex, as we see them as challenging, they will tend to internalize a negative self-concept themselves. So it's really important, both for our own well-being and in terms of the emerging self-image of the children and young people in our care, that we are able to notice the positive changes that are occurring as part of our care of them. For this, we need to know what recovery from a tough start to life looks like. So when people say to you, the child in your care has come a long way, ask them what they've noticed and take the time to familiarise yourself with what recovery from a tough start to life looks like.